いい天気ですね. Some of you may be wondering why I'm not starting with the usual konnichiwa. And this is one of the things you're going to learn in this video. Hello everyone. Welcome to the 17th lesson of the Basic Japanese series for beginners. In this video, you will learn some words related to weather and seasons. You will also learn a few adjectives and how to form the past tense. I have also discussed the particle Yori, which indicates the reference used for comparison in a comparative sentence. And by the end of this lesson, you will be able to use all of them and frame sentences on your own. So please watch it till the end. Let me begin with the word tenki, which means weather. You have already learned the adjective I, which means good or nice. So, I tenki means good or nice weather. Some of you may have heard of the particle ne, which is added at the end of a sentence to add feeling or to seek agreement from the listener. For example, if someone says, I tenki desu ne, then it translates to it's a nice day, isn't it? And all you need to say in reply is so desu ne, which translates to yes, it is. Don't try to contradict the person because this is not really a conversation but more of a greeting. Actually, Japanese people frequently make comments on the weather as a way of greeting each other and to start a conversation. So, if the weather is nice and you want to greet someone or want to start a conversation, you can use this expression. Ii tenki desu ne. Okay? Next, let me go to some terms which are frequently used in weather forecasts. The first one is hare, which means sunny. Next is kumori, which means cloudy. Next is ame, which means rain or rainy. And yuki means snow or snowy. There is one more word which you must remember. Nochi means afterwards or later. So, if the weather forecast says kumori nochi ame, then it means first cloudy, then rain. On similar lines, ame nochi yuki will mean first rain, then snow. Next, let me go to seasons and start with haru, which means spring. Next is natsu, which means summer. Next is aki, which means autumn. And fuyu means winter. These are the 4 official seasons in Japan. Actually, there is one more season which is not an official one. It is the rainy season, which is called tsuyu in Japanese. And in Japan, it typically runs from the beginning of June to mid-July. Next, let me go to some adjectives which will be useful in daily conversation. It'll be easy if you remember them in pairs. The first pair is hayai and osoi. Hayai means fast and osoi means slow. Actually, hayai also means early, but the kanji is different from what is shown here. Next is atatakai and suzushi. Atatakai means warm and suzushi means cool. Next is tanoshi and sumaranai. Tanoshi means fun or enjoyable and sumaranai means boring. Next is amai and karai. Amai means sweet and karai means hot or spicy. Next, let us learn one more adjective, isogashi, which means busy. In one of my previous videos, you learned how to form the negative of I adjectives. If you remember, we replaced the last letter I with kunai. So, if we follow that rule, the negative of isogashi will be isogashi kunai, which means not busy. Next, let us see how to form the past tense. In case of isogashi, the past tense will be isogashi katta, which means was busy. Now, let us follow this rule even in case of isogashi kunai. By replacing the last I of isogashi kunai with katta, we will get isogashi kunakatta, which means was not busy. Next, let us see how to form the past tense in case of nouns and na adjectives. The negative of this is deva arimasen, and we are going to use this. Let me give you an example. For the negative of ame des, we will replace this with deva arimasen. And then it'll become ame deva arimasen, which means not rainy. You already know that deshita is the past tense of this. So, for the past tense of ame des, we will replace this with deshita. It will become ame deshita, which means was rainy. And for the past tense of ame deva arimasen, we will add deshita. And it will become ame deva arimasen deshita, which means was not rainy. Next, let me give you an example of na adjective. Even in case of na adjectives, we will use deva arimasen to form the negative. The negative of genki desu will be genki deva arimasen, which means not healthy or not fine. The past tense of genki desu will be genki deshita, which means was fine. The past tense of genki deva arimasen will be genki deva arimasen deshita, which means was not fine. I hope it is clear. Next, let us see how to compare in Japanese. Unlike English, the adjectives in Japanese do not have comparative and superlative forms, and the meanings of the comparative or the superlative are expressed by placing a particle or an adverb in front of the adjective. Let me give you the pattern with the help of the particle Yori. Yori indicates the reference used for comparison in a comparative sentence. If N1 and N2 are two nouns that have to be compared, keeping N2 as the benchmark, we will place Yori between N2 and the adjective. For example, let us compare the size of India with Japan, keeping Japan as the benchmark. To say India is bigger than Japan, let us place Yori between Nihon, which is the benchmark, and the adjective oki, which means big. So the Japanese sentence will be Indo wa Nihon yori oki desu. Let me give you some more examples. To say this week is cooler than last week, keeping last week as the benchmark, let us place Yori between Senshu and Suzushi. So the Japanese sentence will be Konshu wa Senshu yori Suzushi desu. Let me go to the second example. To say last year's winter was colder than this year's winter, in Japanese it will be Kyonen no fuyu wa kotoshi no fuyu yori samukatta desu. Let me go to the third example. To say Indian food is spicier than Japanese food, in Japanese, we will say Indo ryori wa Nihon ryori yori karai desu. Let me go to the fourth example. To say German cars are more expensive than Japanese cars, in Japanese we will say Doitsu no kuruma wa Nihon no kuruma yori takai desu. Just remember the sequence: benchmark, yori, adjective. Okay? Next, let us learn how to translate simple English sentences to Japanese. The first sentence is, the homework was not difficult. Homework is shukudai and difficult is muzukashi. The negative is muzukashi kunai and we have to use its past tense, which is muzukashi kunakatta. So the translation will be shukudai wa muzukashi kunakatta desu. Let us go to the second sentence. Next week is raishu and busy is isogashi. Since it is a question, it has to end with ka with a rising intonation. So the translation will be Rao-san wa raishu isogashi desu ka? Let us go to the third sentence. Last week is Senshu, weather is Tenki, and good is I or Yoi. So the translation will be Senshu no tenki wa yoku nakatta desu. Let us go to the fourth sentence. Yesterday is Kino and holiday is Yasumi. So the translation will be Kino wa Yasumi de wa arimasen deshita. Let us go to the fifth sentence. Movie is Eiga, not so is Amari, and interesting is Omoshiroi. So the translation will be Eiga wa amari omoshiroku nakatta desu. Let us go to the sixth sentence. Summer is Natsu, holiday is Yasumi, and fun is Tanoshi. So the translation will be Natsu yasumi wa tanoshikatta desu. Let us go to the last sentence. Health is Kenko, money is Okane, and important is Taisetsu. Since money is the benchmark, the particle Yori will come between Okane and Taisetsu. So the translation will be Kenko wa okane yori taisetsu desu. So that is it for now. I hope this video was useful. If you're new to my channel, don't forget to sub below. And if you found the video good, give it a thumbs up and share it with others. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video. Bye.